it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Atlanta Falcons. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. Charles Davis.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaughton along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Seahawks, they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky.
Get ready, get ready, get ready. Check 3, check 3.
This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at 2nd down. Here now the offensive starters for Atlanta.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You don't know no better. Check 37, check 37.
Now Joe Mixon takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Last stop.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
This is taken at the 15. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterback shake-off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
We'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one, a gain of 20 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Here's Carr. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff.
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Willie Snead. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Prater for the extra point. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And here now come the Falcons. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
We got 4. First and 10 at the 30.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play on the ground there. It goes for 36 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. On the run, it's Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes that.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Joe Mixon, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Fielded about a yard deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
That good for 22 and a first down. Now Carr. And this is Parker, complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He needed a yard. That's what he got. And it's going to earn him a new set of downs. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Carr. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be fourth down. These two teams all tied after one.
One down. 185, 93.
And no move to pull Carr and the offense off. They're going to go on fourth down. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Well, they were looking for a clutch play there on fourth, unable to come up with it.
How about that defense, though, huh? How about that D?
Yeah, momentum swing.
And, you know, I remember playing how much foot.
It's a foot race. The 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have taken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 44-yard line.
Hey, my 7.
Carr now on first down. And he finds Parker here, complete. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. Running on first down, Eckler. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. On 2nd and 2, Carr. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Willie Snead with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Prater. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster, the former national champion at Alabama, gets in for the sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely, and that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And this is caught by Curse. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for third down. Trubisky now off the bootleg. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now arguably the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
It's a gain of 6 on the play, and they're going to have a third down. And you can almost feel Trubisky saying, let's get to the line and hurry up. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Avery Williamson. His guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. After the interception, here's Trubisky. He finds his running back, Mixon. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Throwing again on second down. Trubisky, and it's caught. The tight end Hill. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Trubisky now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Mike Williams. The lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Carr now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
29. Undercut. Hey, Alpha.
The final shot here before half for Carr. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Devontae Parker in the final seconds of the first half as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. These two teams in this first half. It's been fun, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. D.D. Westbrook is intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. To throw his Carr.
On 3rd down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Carr completes it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. Now Carr. They'll find Everett there, complete.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now, we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense. That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
Carr. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop it. It's another first down. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
734.
Second and 5 now. Carr nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack coming from defensive end Cameron Jordan.
But no takes to start to have a good drive.
The momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And this is caught. It's Parker. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 14. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Once more, here's Eckler. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Carr now to throw. The open man is Westbrook. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. Throwing now is Carr. Dancing to his left. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Carr going to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr as his guys have now moved. Down in front. Prater for the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So that, amazingly, a 17-play drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the fourth. To throw again on second down. Trubisky. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a quick hitch route and the throw complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. That one complete to Hill. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Trubisky to throw. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing once more, it's Trubisky. And that one finds the ground, breaking a string of 5 straight completions. And it brings up 2nd down. No, third down. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Trubisky will throw. He's got Curse. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 25-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. And his throw here's incomplete. Mike Williams, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well. I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. Now Trubisky on 1st down. This is caught by Ginn. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Trubisky to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag.
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
They come out here in the eye. 1 score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run for it with Mixon. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Getting set to go again on offense, here's Devontae Parker. So the failure to convert no doubt really hurts, but this one's not over. A good chunk of time on the clock and the timeouts.
Yeah, not only do they have the timeouts, as you just noted, they're going to get an extra one with the 2-minute warning. And that's going to help them big way. So in a sense, they have 4 timeouts in their pocket. The big thing, stopping them on defense now. They can't let them get a first down and make them use their timeouts and get a fresh set of downs. They've got to stop them right here. And if so, they've still got an opportunity.
Now Eckler, and he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. This is Crowell. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Carr going to throw here. And he finds Parker here, complete. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
To throw is Carr. And he completes it to Westbrook. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Carr to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
To throw is Carr. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage. Sets
him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Carr. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Back to throw. Carr. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally. But I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Crowell's going to try and run for it. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
56, right there, 56.
Now Trubisky. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. One last shot for Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for the Seahawks, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year.
Took me so long getting back to my right mind.